The Sniper Wolf self-destruction situation just keeps getting better and better.
Today we're checking out some people having a very bad day.
Today we're smoking the Sniper Wolf pack. Ha ha ha. Guys, this is bad.
Wow.
Sniper Wolf has been a very hot topic of debate in recent months, and it started as a bit of a fire, cooled to embers, and now it has just re-engulfed into something incredible.
Nice.
The conflagration is something we've never seen before. The level of this, it's crazy. Yeah! I love to see it though, by the way. I mean, not really, but also I do love to see it. Have you ever Googled yourself and been surprised to find out how much of your personal information is just available online?
No.
I have.
It's a sponsor.
With our sponsor of today's video, Aura,
Oh,
this discomfort
wow.
will be
What
a
a
thing of
whoa.
the past.
Whoa. No, don't buy that garbage, okay?
Her and Jack's films having a bit of an adversarial relationship
Just like that.
as
all
of
right?
late.
And we very crudely and crassly call it bingo.
This is pretty much stemmed all from that. How far this has gone. Leah creates low effort, shitty, stolen content.
I wonder why I've been woken up with breakfast and lip gloss.
And Jack refuses to sit idly by.
What was that? What was the point of that cat? What was it supposed to represent? What does anyone know? What was the cat supposed to represent?
And let her exploit the system and creativity.
That her videos are watched by small children? I doubt it, because that's a long shot, but man.
You have a bunch of people.
All right, Sniper Wolf, take it away.
Picture next to the statue.
I'm gonna keep
Statue?
explains before it starts, but I'm also going to give you reading caption word for word. What a lovely triage of bingo spaces we could all have. That's awesome. I want to give a shout out to It's Slim
That's easy.
on Instagram and TikTok, link below.
And, you know, she hasn't even mentioned it, hasn't acknowledged it, hasn't taken an ounce of accountability or said sorry or anything.
Well, obviously not. Why would you? This is how most YouTubers actually fail, and this is why Sniper Wolf is failing, because she's actually acknowledging the situation. If you just pretend it doesn't exist and ban everyone who talks poorly about it, people are gonna get bored. I mean, look at America. Look at Biden and their crime family. Are you kidding me? There's so much information that it has gotten boring, and I can't even be asked to care anymore. You know, like, okay, you just deal with that, but actually I don't even care if you deal with that. I just don't want to hear about it. It's too much at this point.
Something like that, because that honestly would probably have a pretty positive effect. I mean, I think so, at least. And I talked to Jack in the most recent podcast, the podcast that I'm on with Mutahar, and he seemed to agree with that. It's an honor to meet you, brother. I've been following for a very long time.
Oh gosh, cringe. Man, I'm sorry to hear that.
So now, over the last few months, Sniper Wolf has taken quite a hit with her viewership, and she has become notorious for being the low-effort POS that's on the platform that the platform does nothing about, and quite frankly, the platform holds up on a pedestal. It's embarrassing. What the
I mean, what is YouTube supposed to do about it, though, honestly?
Do some with me, maybe.
I mean, yeah, obviously people are gonna say, well, YouTube's supposed to ban it. For what? For what? You not liking her? We have gone over this. If we start just, you know, randomly banning people because there's a bunch of people right there who are being very vocal about something just because they exist, you know? What's stopping me from getting a bunch of people who are very vocal about you needing to be, you know, Minecraft deleted? And then, what, you're not gonna get, because then suddenly it's bad because it's you? Yeah, because a bunch of people are pissed about something, that doesn't mean that, you know, YouTube can do anything about it, okay?
I'm awesome. Not really, I suck.
This is gonna be a hard conversation, probably.
The feud has been entertaining, to say the least.
That ain't no Alpha Howl. Bro's about to get bread like an omega.
Oh, we have bro. At the very
What
least, we
the
have bro.
fuck
So
was
let's go ahead and bro that up.
And I've also not necessarily had a feud with her, but I've made a lot of videos on this bee. Sniper Wolf is a supervillain content creator. Unfortunately, in the news that is included in that is Sniper Wolf. You've probably seen Sniper Wolf being talked about recently on YouTube a lot.
Not
you guys
really.
know that I don't exactly like Sniper Wolf. I've made quite a few videos on the queen of YouTube for the last few years. I've been kind of obsessed with her in an unhealthy way, and then I just don't
That's
think
not
a lot
good.
of people have. Nerd City's video, my first ever commentary video in 2018 was on Sniper Wolf. My dream is to have a video get so many views that Sniper Wolf herself will watch it. And it got demonetized and age restricted like almost instantaneously. So it's just, no one has ever done what Jack's done. It's awesome.
Go ahead. Go ahead and mark black and white. Oh, I have it. Let's go. Not on my ex, though.
Because she sucks, man. She really does suck. So Jack has been on an absolute tear, doing what pretty much no YouTuber has ever done before, changing the tide of everything. A lot of people say that he's obsessed. I feel like this is just awesome and hilarious. And
I actually reacted to reacts before it was cool. Just gotta point that out. Just point that out. Jax Films has not done it first, you know?
and the time has come for this to happen.
All of your peers agree, right? Like you understand this, right? Like you don't have the respect of any of your peers.
And he isn't just doing this.
Oh, okay. Again, I'm gonna just point these things out because I hate stupid arguments. And when it comes to Sniper Wolf, a lot of the arguments why she should be banned, why this should happen, why that should happen, is stupid. Okay, I'm just gonna point it out here. But at the same time, you people are too fucking stupid to realize that when I say that someone says something stupid, that does not mean I'm defending Sniper Wolf. I could not care less if she was banned. As I said previously, if Sniper Wolf got just deleted off this world, I would not care one bit. The world would be a way better place without her. It's just the truth. But still, but still, for example, arguments like this,
The respect of any of your peers.
are stupid. You know why they're stupid? Because a lot of people who change the world for the better in sciences, in a lot of different things, did not have the respect of their peers. The first guy who, in what, the 15th century or something like that, started deciding that, maybe hospitals should actually be clean, not filled with pus and blood, and maybe, you know, the surgical tools that were used just the 3 seconds on that patient should not be used without cleaning on the next patient. That person had zero respect from their peers. Now, I'm not saying that the Sniper Wolf should get any respect from her peers, but that's just a dumb argument. If your peers don't respect you, who cares? Who is Sniper Wolf's peer, by the way, even in this situation? I have no clue. But that sentence just is a fallacy in itself.
And he isn't just doing.
And again, pointing the fact that sentence is stupid is not me defending Sniper Wolf. It's just calling that sentence stupid. I can call that sentence stupid without defending Sniper Wolf.
Mr. Sniper Wolf either.
Because so many of you do not seem to understand that this is possible. But it is the modern day, so yeah, I get it.
He also called out Jason Derulo.
Also, I'm
Ooh.
very sorry if this is how you find out that Jason Derulo is now a professional freebooter.
We love
Oh,
Jason
I have
Derulo.
seen that.
Jason Derulo.
He uploads
What's that
his
song?
songs.
Ooh, what you say? That's what's happening in the reaction community right now. The actual skit from SNL is happening right now.
What is this?
Jason's worse though. Let's be real. Jason is way worse than Sniper Wolf. Dude has just a couple clips that he plays of himself over other people. It's like so fucking stupid.
This is not a joke.
True.
All he does on his YouTube channel is like make a face at other people's TikToks while blasting his own music over it.
I mentioned this had gone from
Yep,
a fire
probably.
to embers to a conflagration. That is because things have gotten insane. Conflagration.
I mean, you can be mad, but the guy does it only on TikTokers. And you need to ask yourself, is it actually bad to punish TikTokers for existing? I think anyone who has watched more than 2 hours of TikTok in their life should be executed right there on the spot. Prove me wrong, you can't. You can't.
No, is like a fucking inferno, a blaze, horrible, the worst possible state of fire and burning and destruction. On Friday night, whatever day is today, I don't even know. On Friday night, Jacksepticeye.
They took Fazdad.
Holy fuck.
Why the fuck did I just say Jacksepticeye? On Friday night,
isn't
Sniper
that
Wolf.
his name?
On Friday night, Sniper Wolf did one of the most deplorable and
Oh,
dangerous
Jack's
things
films,
a
he means,
creator
okay.
can do, especially a creator of her size.
Oh,
This is
boy.
incredibly just irresponsible and stupid, and it has been condemned by basically everyone on every platform that I've seen,
Basically everyone who's an idiot.
aside from some.
Oh boy, again, this is... So, the question is, and it's about... Okay, let's first watch it and then see. Maybe there's no new information that I need to add here, but yeah, this is one of those things that I talked about previously, because this doxing thing and people now asking YouTube to ban her because of that is just so stupid in so many situations.
People making fun of it, obviously, which is, you know, that's fine too. She showed up to Jack's house, live streamed it on her Instagram page with 5.6 million followers, and doxed him.
Last night, Sniper Wolf, a massive YouTuber, showed up outside of our home, recorded a video of our home, and then posted it to her 5.6 million Instagram followers, goading me with the line, "Let's talk like adults."
And then said that she didn't, and went on this insane tirade of self-defense that makes absolutely fucking no sense. It's
That's true, she is an idiot at the end of the day.
ridiculous.
And it's just like shitting on me.
And then she played the, oh, I'm just a girl card. I'm just a girl. What am I gonna do? Dude, what are you gonna do? What do you mean?
True.
What about all the fucking people that are gonna swat him? How about that? By the way, doxing, very important.
I mean, has he been swatted?
Horrible thing that happens to a lot of people. A huge and kind of recent example of a creator being doxed and having terrible things happen to them. Keffals was swatted and then later doxed by Kiwi Farms. After being swatted, Keffals moved to a hotel and their location was doxed by...
This is flat out misinformation. Keffals lied about all of this garbage. I know this story. It's a bunch of lies. I have heard this. Yeah, this is a bunch of lies. At no point was there any danger or risk even here. This story is just a bunch of lies.
By Kiwi Farms or some shit. I can't remember. I didn't really keep up with that, to be honest. Real life actual danger arose beyond just swatting when Keffals was being impersonated and the impersonator threatened to harm local city officials and council members, and prank orders constantly being delivered to her location.
On August 5th, I was woken up by London police.
Shut the fuck. Bro, what is this? Is this virtue signaling? Oh no! Yo, this was a lie. Also, the fact about this situation is, well, if you're gonna move somewhere because you're afraid of doxing, how about you don't post your location and the very next second you move? Oh, this is just spreading misinformation. This is just flat out spreading misinformation at this point. This story is not even close, boys.
Services, pointing an assault rifle in my face.
Also, he's defending someone who is sending children, kids of very, very single-digit ages up to growth hormones that are gonna ruin their chances for adulthood. That's the person he is defending currently here, okay?
At my home. I was told later that at 6 a.m.
Oh, this is boring.
Don't swat people. It's illegal for a reason. Fucking insane and just crazy. I mean, you know, Keffal's obviously not like Jack's films, to be honest. But at the same time, it's bad. You don't fucking dox people. You don't swat people.
Okay, again, there's not going to be a lot about this doxing, so I'll go over this again. The doxing thing, I still don't know how is it true or not, but clearly none of you also know this. is pretty simple. If Jax Films himself had put out his address, which, by the way, I looked up on the internet, and I can't find his address put up on by himself, but I have found some Reddit where people were discussing did he put up his address, and then some people brought up the fact that potentially, most likely, Sniper Wolf, and this, by the way, seems believable, because Sniper Wolf most likely has absolutely no connections or no smarts to just find his address like that on her own. So, unless it was Googleable and findable in an instant, she probably would not have never found him. Okay? And what people are saying, and there is no confirmation of this being true, but also no confirmation of this being fake, is the fact that Jax Films actually did, when he became, forgot the English name for it suddenly, but self-employed, there we go. When you become self-employed, you need an address that you work on, and usually that's your home. And the word on the street is that Jax Films actually was smart enough to put his own real address as his place of work when he registered himself as self-employed. That is the current thing, and no one has said that this is not true. No one has said that this is true, because, and also what also further seems to be proved that most likely this was the case, because people where he lives in California, I think, it is illegal to post a post office PO box or anything like that as your place of work. That is illegal in Jax Films' state where he lives. And now, currently, post office is his place of work. So, does Jax Films seem like the guy to you who would just, break the law like that? To me, it doesn't look like. So, most likely, he changed that after this happened. Now, is it true or not? I don't know. But this is the difference between doxing and not doxing. Because if Jax Films willingly put out his address on the internet where he lives, then that is not doxing. No matter how you try to spin it, that will not be doxing. And Sniper Wolf showing where he lives on camera is also not fucking doxing. It's scummy, it's shitty. And yeah, she should be somehow punished for it, because this kind of stuff should not be, this kind of stuff should not happen in the first place. But she hasn't broken the law. YouTube can't just magically ban her for doxing that didn't happen if Jax Films actually put his address down willingly. This is not someone maliciously giving Sniper Wolf his address for her to leak. No, this is potentially, most likely, Jax Films putting it out there on the internet and now claiming it was a dox. Now, what is the truth? I don't know. I don't know. Nor do I honestly fucking care. If Sniper Wolf gets deleted because of this, good. If she doesn't, well, sucks. But it is what it is. And this is the big difference. It's also, other people are saying other stupid shit like, she went up to his house and that instantaneously is trespassing, and that's not trespassing. Going up to someone's house at random, if there is, for example, no don't enter sign, is not considered trespassing, most likely. I mean, there's maybe a state where in America it does consider trespassing if he was just called the police. But in most reasonable places in the world, if there is no sign that says do not enter, but you know it's a private property, that's not trespassing. Okay? There's a lot of extremely, extremely dumb... I watched some Arnold Schwarzenegger movies when I was a kid, and this is where my understanding of law comes through opinions about this situation. It is pretty sad.
It's illegal for a reason. It causes harm, like genuine harm, not like fake harm, like, hey, go f you, you're an asshole, but like real actual harm. And it makes sense why it's dangerous and why it's stupid. If you put someone's private information, by the way, addresses and a lot of that stuff is public, your name, your phone number, all that stuff is really public, and you can find these white paper sites and go through.
No, on average you can't. For example, if you try to look up me, you can't find my my address. No. Most of the time, the only time that you can find someone's address online is if they have willingly posted it online. Or alternatively, someone is maliciously posting it online. But no, you can't. You can't. That's not true. That's flat out not true.
And
now, admittedly, yes, there are rare cases where this is true, but those are super rare cases.
Steal people's info and find out where they live, etc. It's f***ed up, all right? Posting that on social media for the intention of dangerous or unstable people seeing it and then committing crimes with that information.
Yeah, you see, also this. You need to prove the... Sniper, you see, this is why I'm pissed about this situation. Because this is a liable statement. Because you are essentially just saying that, yeah, Sniper Wolf did this, so her fans just end Jack's films. This is what he purely stated. He stated her intent. And well, that's kind of liable. You kind of need to prove that was actually her intent. And that's really, really hard to prove. This is not a smart thing to say.
That's what's illegal. You can't just post someone's information, even if it's public. It's like using a proxy to commit a terrible deed or some kind of crime. Swatting is horrible. A lot of people have died from swatting at this
problem
point.
Across the country. The term refers to a hoax 911.
And by the way, that's flat out a lie. For example, if you post where Donald Trump lives, his primary address, there is no consequences for that. Unless you write, you know, like minus I'm gonna visit you. Then there's absolutely no consequence to this type of stuff.
On call with the goal of diverting emergency resources to an unsuspecting person.
Because being a publicly known person is kind of different from being just a normal person. Again, if you are that well known in public and everyone knows where you live, because you have, again, divulged that information, there is nothing. You can go on Twitter and post where Elon Musk lives. If it's his real or fake address, you will not get in any trouble. Well, granted, Twitter may delete you because they're a privately owned platform and they decide what they want to keep and what they don't want to keep on. But technically, you can do that to anyone who's a well-known public figure. Like, I don't know who this guy is, but you can just go around posting his address and most likely nothing's gonna happen. Unless some private platform like Facebook decides to take action against it for whatever reason for breaking their terms of service. But other than that, there's no legal consequence to be had here.
Home.
And also, keep in mind, this is hugely dependent on how much fame a certain person possesses. Like, if you're a news anchor and you have divulged even one time where you live, you can't do anything. Now anyone can just say that at any time, and it's pretty different. Like Umfa, I don't know if he has disclosed where he lives, but this is the example. If you know which state he lives in, you can easily say that. And by the way, because that is the disclosed information, right? But if you can't disclose the address, obviously you shouldn't be able to even disclose the state. But for some reason, no one's going to even try and fight for that one. Huh, strange how that is. But the state is part of your address, by the way. So, technically, if you... technically, you're doxing him every time you mention that he lives in Ohio, Missouri. He lived in... he said at one point. But, you know, again. But if he has stated his full address where he lives, I would be able to state it now without any repercussions. Now, it would be a shitty thing, and I would not do that, obviously. But there would be no repercussions that can be made because he has publicly just came out himself and announced to the whole world that he lives there. If he has not done it, and I suddenly say his address, now that is 100% doxing. There's a difference. Again, there's this huge difference that I don't understand how people are not getting.
And a lot of people are in jail now because of this.
A 17-year-old in Pennsylvania has been arrested on charges that he made at least 9 false emergency swatting calls around the country.
Luckily, the actions do have...
Yeah, that's not doxing. That's not doxing, by the way.
Real-world consequences. And it's pretty easy to find the people who do the swatting, which is cool. And if you're a creator and worried...
Yeah, that's a lie. That's actually a lie. That's sadly actually a lie.
Getting doxxed, I recommend contacting your local police department or sheriff if you live in a rural area.
But the consequences for swatting someone is your life is gonna, without question, gonna be 100% ruined, without question. So I don't even understand why how so many people can be so stupid to attempt swatting, because yeah, well, it's not just instantaneously you are findable, but chances are if someone really looks into it, you're gonna be fined, and that's it. Your life's over. You're going straight to jail because there is only one outcome to that. It's straight to a couple of years in jail, buddy.
And just letting them know that there's a potential of this happening, and to call you if some kind of crazy call comes in regard to your address or where you live or where your family lives, whatever. And they will. They'll still show up, but at least they know, right? They know to kind of expect something. It happens.
Yeah, they actually ignored that. They actually fully ignored that shit. Unless it happens, like, daily. Yeah, they ignore it. You can do it, and they will say, yeah, sure, buddy, but they will not care. They will legitimately not actually give a shit.
Be safe. It happens. So back to Sniper Wolf Jack's films. She filmed his house, whatever, live streamed it all. Seems like a funny joke. I'm a girl. I'm out here outside of Jack's Films house. There's no imminent danger, but there's 5.6 million people who see that, though. At the same time, like it's...
Yeah, that's... people constantly mention this, but this wasn't seen like by 5 million people. Okay? It just wasn't. I don't know why people always constantly try to blow this out of proportion. It's like, okay, if a YouTube video creator has 2 billion subscribers, they upload a video but only 1 person watches it, are you gonna say that 2 billion people saw this video? Probably not. So, you know.
It's pretty objectively not good. And it's also against the law in California. Like, it's actually against the law. Penal Code 50613. I don't know if that's actually true.
Oh, yeah. We saw this in another video. It means thick shit nothing.
Forgot what it was. Penal
Show
Code
it.
653.2, actually.
In California, swatting... Oh, well, yeah, that's swatting. Why are we talking about like how is the switch suddenly that Sniper Wolf SWAT? Where's the consistency? I'm so lost.
So regardless of what you think of Jack's films, if you think he's fucking milking it, if you think Sniper Wolf didn't actually do anything wrong, or if you hate Sniper Wolf and you love Jack, like me,
she did do something wrong, but it's not punishable, most likely. And again, I doubt that YouTube is gonna sue Sniper Wolf to see if it's actually punishable. Yeah, that's a fat dream. That's a fat chance, buddy. You know, maybe in this alternative universe, but the reality is nothing's gonna happen to Sniper Wolf because there's nothing to happen to her, ironically enough. And people just don't understand it. Yeah, did she do something bad? Yes. Yeah, sure. No one's doubting that. But is it actually a punishable thing? No. Most likely, no. Unless she did dox, which seems BS. Again, the fact also that the Jack's films, who, by the way, has seen the argument that I am making here for the fact that he wasn't doxed, he has not come out and not said that, no, that's a lie. My address was never public. Because he would instantaneously, if that was the case, he would instantaneously do that. Because that would instantaneously make what Sniper Wolf did doxing. Okay? Without question, that would instantaneously then fall under doxing. And then she would be punished. But for some reason, Jack's Films is not coming out and saying that. Well, how long all this is this 16 hours? Yeah, okay, so the situation probably will not have changed in that time. But you get the point, right? I hope that you're smart enough to get the point. Please be smart enough to get the point.
I don't hate Sniper Wolf. I think she's beautiful. It's still deplorable. It's still wrong. It's still irresponsible. And it's bad and it's banned on YouTube. It's against the terms of service. So why does she still have a channel? I don't know.
We don't allow content that targets someone with prolonged insults or slurs based on their physical traits or protected group, blah, 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 blah. We also don't allow other harmful, like the threats or doxing. Okay, so I don't... People bring this up, but I honestly don't think anyone seriously thinks that Sniper Wolf literally threatened Jack's films there by saying, "Hey, let's come out and let's have a conversation like adults." I really hope that no one, unironically, is not considering that an actual threat. Because if you do, I mean, like, there's no hope for you. There is literally no hope for you. You will never have even the slightest inkling of social status. And now I know Jack Films said that, but Jack Films then again probably really wants Sniper Wolf banned. Like, you do not make that many videos about Sniper Wolf. By the way, and making that many videos about Sniper Wolf, completely fine in any way. Maybe slightly dickish, true, but not punishable, not wrong in any way, really. Just dickish slightly, and that doesn't even matter in my opinion. So, yeah, he probably wants her banned off the platform. Probably. And again, doxing. Is this doxing?
And it's banned on YouTube. It's against the terms of service. So why does she still have a channel? I don't know. Does she still have a channel by the time this video comes out? We'll fucking wait and see, dude. We'll wait and see.
Actually, let me check.
I've been pilking all day. So this is exactly what happened between Sniper Wolf and Jack the night of the instance. Sniper Wolf on Friday night claimed that she was having a photo shoot approximately 5 minutes away from Jack's film.
The second search, even if you misspell her name, is Docs Jack's Films. That's pretty lit. Nice. Okay, let me check. Well, her channel seems exactly still there. Yup. Yep. That channel is exactly still there. And by the way, I'm not seeing a drop in her viewership since Jack Films started stuff. I'm not gonna lie, yeah, I'm not seeing exactly a drop in viewership. I'm not sure if that's true or not. Well, five months ago she did get, like, you know, 3 to 5 mil views on a couple of videos, but there's also still like 1 million views. Only 1 million. She's only making more than $5,000 per day. Oh, poor Sniper Wolf. Oh, the tragedy. I don't think her views have gone down, honestly. I would need to probably check a little bit more carefully, but I don't care actually also about her, honestly.
House. She posted this on her Instagram story and posted a poll with it saying, "Should I visit him?" I voted yes. Just kidding. I didn't. I don't follow Sniper Wolf on Instagram, even though she's beautiful. That is so silly and quirky. What a coincidence that she's 5 minutes away from Jack's Films' home. Surely she'd never act on this.
Mr. Anderson, I'm gonna kiss you right on the lips. Watch out.
Tongue,
Internet
please.
beef and, quite frankly, just criticism should remain online, and letting it spill over into the real world would be very immature and crossing the line, wouldn't it?
Not necessarily. I don't know when the whole of the universe just signed this invisible paper, honestly, when they just said, hey, if you live next to someone on YouTube and you have beef with each other, you can only do it online. I don't remember when all of us just magically signed this invisible contract. I'm sorry, but yeah, it would be nice, I guess. But that's not gonna be reality. And in no way that is enforceable reality, or nor you have any right to enforce it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, I'm thankful Sniper Wolf did this because this is enjoyable. This is great. This is just fun.
Yeah, it would though. It would, to be honest. After posting this on her story, she made the less than stellar choice to actually go to his house in a live stream / video that I'm not gonna fucking show.
Recorded a video of our home and then posted it to her 5.6 million Instagram followers, goading me with the line, "Let's talk like a..."
Goading me? Well, that's better than she said she's gonna delete my Minecraft character. At least he didn't say that.
Adults.
And revealed where he lives to...
But he did have a video where he said she threatened me after, right? I'm pretty sure I saw that.
Instagram following of 5.6 million people, by the way. And Jack and his wife were home during all this. He was even live streaming to a bunch of people, and you could tell it was clearly an uncomfortable thing.
Sniper Wolf needs to be deplatformed. In this exact...
Yeah, and again, just are we really just gonna allow deplatforming like this because she did something that you didn't want? Again, there's no you can't say he made like 50 billion videos about her. That's not an excuse for anything. You know, you can't even use that as defense for any of her actions, but still.
Moment, she turned from a mere content thief to someone who doxes and stalks her critics.
Just to keep things in...
yeah, this is blatantly not stalking. This is blatantly not even close to the word stalking. If we're gonna use stalking this liberally, again, he can post 100 or 1 billion negative Sniper Wolf videos, and that's fine. But if you're gonna call her showing up to your house stalking, then she definitely has a case against you for making all those videos only about her and dedicating a special channel and making these memes and things about it. Because yeah, if we're just gonna call random things stalking and doxing, then that's way more stalking than her showing up at your house. Again, not defending her, just pointing out how fucking stupid his point is.
In perspective, Jack has just been making fun of this woman for making terrible low-effort content and, you know, saying that YouTube should say something and just kind of set a precedent.
Oh, well, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions.
Damn, it's almost like you shouldn't, like, do that.
On the platform and not allow people to just freeboot in the way that she does with zero effort.
POV, a guy putting on face cream.
For instance.
Why would YouTube do that? Why? Why? YouTube has no reason to do that. YouTube's losing out money if that happens. So why would YouTube do that?
Let's say Sniper Wolf was making those videos about me. Or let's say, to keep things even more linear, I was making a bunch of videos about Sniper Wolf, and then she made one response to me, I made a response, and then she started making videos about me daily, right? And then I found out where she lives, and then I put on my story that I was 5 minutes from her house, and then I showed up to her house with a camera live streaming, just me standing out there. Even if I had no ill intent, I probably, to be honest, would be in jail.
Oh yeah, obviously. I mean, I also don't like this argument because this is the woman and men argument. Okay, let me piss literally everyone off because this is a stupid argument, okay? I'll ask you this, and then I'm gonna end the video because this is getting boring for me. I'll ask you this. Do you think men are equal to women? Are women the exact same as men? Are they physically as capable? Are men as, you know, can men menstruate and all of that? Do you believe that? If you said no, then you can't use this argument. Because who's afraid of Sniper Wolf showing up to your house? I could beat her near death before I even get tired, and she wouldn't be able to do anything. Even if she had a force multiplier, she would probably be too afraid to use it, and I would still probably succeed in my endeavors of deleting her Minecraft character. Okay? The only time this argument works is if you're gonna be openly saying, yes, women are men and men are women, and they should be treated exactly the same. Always. That's the only time this argument works. Because, yeah, a man who has made multiple videos, a man who has made 50 videos about someone and constantly is saying that she should be deplatformed, she's evil, she does bad things, suddenly appears at your doorstep and yells, "Hey, I want to fucking talk, come out here, you dumb bitch." Yeah. That probably should be put in jail. Because I don't think men and women are equal. Yeah, obviously the guy should be put into jail because that's... Also, who does more violent things? Men or women? Well, you should have answered they do exactly the same amount of violent things because there's no difference if you want to keep this shitty argument up. This is not an argument. I guess let's have Oompha's 5 last seconds of finishing this up.
Would not have a YouTube channel at all. I promise you that if...
Yes, obviously. Because you're a man. You shouldn't do those things. A woman doing those things, just fucking shoot her in the head if you are really afraid of her and see where that takes you. Not good places, that's for sure. But yeah, anyway, this was Quizzer Sensen. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.